Welcome to your timeless True Love timeline reading. I am your reader, fellow Pisces Moon, Mark Angela Lyons, Mal for short. They're my initials, Professional Witch, Professional Intuitive, President of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, and I rarely mispronounce that. I am the author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. There's a Kindle version of it available, and there's a link in the description box. And I just have to say, I love the new intro music that Janet Grace Alvarado is making us for all the videos. They're so amazing. Oh my goodness gracious. The Words of Grace from a Professional Witch is a book I wrote. There's a Kindle version. It's broken down into chakra chapters. We'll be talking about chakras in this reading, so it might be helpful. But the original version, which is like a Fellini film fest compared to the Kindle version, well, that's some of my subscribers get over on Patreon, patreon.com/drawingthecircle. My members-only subscription website allows me to do a lot of cool stuff. Not all of my subscribers get the original version of of Words of Grace, but they do get three things in common. They get the daily check-ins with me, an unlisted YouTube live stream like every single morning, pretty much. I mean, I miss a day rarely, talking about the day's astrological weather. They chat with me. It's amazing. The magical applications of said astrological weather, the spiritual implications. We always end with a prayer, a meditation, a blessing, a little something to send us on our way. And it is the best way for me to start my day, considering what I do for a living. They also get all of the part twos to the part ones, the extended readings here on YouTube. All of my extended readings are timeless and they are relationship based. So they get all of those as long as they remain subscribers, as well as all of them get a significant discount on private sessions with me in person, Zoom, whatever. If I have to travel, I will, but that's all in there. And we'll talk about that at the end of the video, which is that way, I believe. For now, though, I gotta say, it is the best thing I've ever done. Patreon, at the time of this timeless recording, has allowed us to add 7-day free trials. Right now, our first tier seeker, $3 a month. You get it for free for 7 days to dip a toe and check it out. So come Patreon on Patreon. It's wonderful. It's my favorite thing ever. And I'm the Archangel of Lions, Mark Angela Lyons. So, just call me Mal. You try saying that over and over and over. You got to keep it fun. So let's do a little explanation for the new Pisces and Cross Watchers, and then we'll get down to the divination. Feel free to jump ahead if you've heard this 100 times or so before. The Path of True Love. I do Path of True Love readings with extendeds, and I have been doing such readings long before I was doing them on YouTube or elsewhere. This is a mini version of it, only 7 cards instead of the juggernauts that are the Path of True Love reads and the Soulmate Contract reads and all of that. A simple timeline, past, present, and future, and a general read could be 20 years ago, like today, and 100 years from now, who knows? But we are going to look at that in terms of the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest, wisest way for us, and I will say us, I'm a Pisces Moon, to navigate the path of true love, or the true love timeline, which is your hero's journey, your healing journey, your spiritual awakening, right? Whatever your path of evolution is through the relationships in your life in all shapes and forms, not just the romantic sexual, but because you are the common denominator in all of your relationships, as I am in all of mine, right? Heal one a little bit, heal yourself a little bit. It shifts the dynamic of every relationship little by little by little, but sometimes it doesn't take much, right? Just that little shift. All of the previous readings, I always save the best for last for my fish family, my mer people. All of them get 3 daughters of the moon, past, present, future, for the internal stuff. Like I said, chakras, heart, third eye, crown chakra, the internal world, the feminine energy, daughters of the moon, tarot, as well as they will get 3 mythic tarot, past, present, and future for the masculine, the physical part of it, relationships in the physical world, lower 3 chakras, the yang dynamic, etc., etc., etc. but every every sign got its own wild card chosen from a wild deck, and this is the first time it has ever happened where we did not repeat decks, D-E-C-K-S, just spelling and enunciation is important. So this might be the longest one. Why? Because your wild card is going to be from the Blessed Be, one of my favorite books of prayer. It's an amazing book of prayer, but also an oracle. And, you know, I love a multitasker. I really, really do. I'm a witch army knife to begin with. So, the hidden blessing that is in play, or maybe not so hidden. This is the last card down for the 8-card draw shadow reads that I do. So this should be interesting. So, yeah, it's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs. Crosswatchers here. These are really good for cross-watching. Quick cross-watch read, 30 minutes quick for me, to get some sympathy, empathy, understanding, and insight to the one you are cross-watching for, right? And the hidden blessing there, tune to that blessing, work with that blessing. You'll be blessing the one you're cross-watching for, as well as me as a Pisces moon, because that's how holographic unity works, apparently. Go fig. Please don't make me do math. So let's get down to it. I think that's just about enough explanation. Let's get down to the divination. I am psyched for it. Last reading of the day, last reading of the series. So let's do this. The shift from explanation to divination happens in the still point, where you're just at one with everything for like a split second. So let's make that shift. Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I will do the best that I can to get all of us the clarity, guidance, and grace, the clues, the tips, the hints, so that we can navigate the true love timeline in the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest, wisest ways. Fabulous. Shall we? I'm stoked. Please take a nice deep breath. Here we go. Still point. Goddess, override. As I call upon my beloved goddesses of water, my beloved goddesses of Pisces, and my beloved goddesses of the powers of the West, please, goddesses, 3 cards face down in clarity, simple timeline, past, present, future for us Piscean collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and our cross-watchers who are watching this video drawn to this reading, romantic or not. Where have we been? Heart, throat, third eye crown in the true love timeline. Where are we now? Heart, throat, third eye crown. These are flying out fast. They don't always. That's where we are in the true love timeline on the inside. But where are we headed? Most probable outcome in the true love timeline, heart, throat, third eye crown dynamic. Before we flip those over, we're going to get 3 of the mythic tarot, and then I'll flip them over and look at the timeline. Symmetry. Oh, I am a Virgo sun sign. I was born on a full moon. Don't be shocked. Shall we? Still point. No, breathe. Still point. Order and method. God override. Ahem. As I call upon my gods of water, my gods of Pisces, and my gods of the powers of the West, please, beloved gods of mutable water, 3 cards face down. In clarity, past, present, future, simple timeline of the true love lifetime for the Piscean collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers who are watching this video drawn to this reading. Where have we been in the true love timeline? Where? Ooh, what are you doing? Where are we now? Outside in, inside out, lower 3 chakra dynamic in the true love timeline, and where are we headed? Most probable outcome. For this true love timeline read, I get to look first. I am the president. Yep. Yep. Cross your fins. Well, we've got quite an interesting panoply of major arcana here. When it is a major arcana card, it covers the entire chakra zone, these four or these three. Looking in the past on the inside, this makes sense. So where we've been, appraisal. The Seven of Pentacles, a farmer who has planted sunflowers and is looking at the harvest. It's like, I'm trying to raise these to the ground, salt the earth so nothing ever grows again, which was a very Virgo thing. Or do I want to keep some of them, sell half of them, try to replant these? What do I want to do? Appraisal is about value. Now, on the inside, an earth element is not about our bodily organs, just because they're behind our eyes. That's not what we're talking about here. It's archetypal. It's symbolic. It is looking at what is of value to us and the wisdom that we gain from experience in the world. It is looking over your shoulder and say, what has been of value of this? And that makes sense with the Ten of Swords. Lower three chakras. Something was done. A conversation was had. It at least cleared the air, which maybe gave birth to the rise of a new cycle of air, but it could also be it's done. Here we have Oedipus in between. I believe it's Oedipus, if I remember my tragedies, which who doesn't? Between the fates and Athena. Athena saying, all right, knock it off. Matricide, patricide. He did the best he could, right? Leave him alone. So someone was laid to rest there, but as in the Ten of Swords, as you see in the Rider-Waite and so many other versions, the sun is rising on the horizon, and we believe it's rising, not setting, although you do, right? So whatever that was, whether this gave birth to something new, at least a seed of air, an Ace of Swords, a truth that came in, is not indicated here because there are no other swords in this timeline read. But where we are now is rather interesting. My favorite card in the Daughters of the Moon Tarot is Minor Arcana, and it's another Earth card. The Three of Pentacles, Aruru, the clay woman. So she takes dirt and she sifts it, right? She finds the clay, she takes out what's not, she molds it, she sculpts it. Mutable Earth, Virgo, mutable Earth. So, but threes are a solid foundation. Like my camera is on a tripod. There's no wobble in a tripod. So it's a solid foundation. It's like you have everything you need to, I don't know, make cookies. But you haven't made them yet, but you have everything. You have the solid foundation. Very creative. Now look, if we're going to go chakras with this, because this is a true love read, this could be the wisdom of the heart, that stuff that you've learned from. And it does indicate on the inner that you went from the Seven, must have completed something in between then and now, and that would make sense with the Ten of Swords on the outer in the past, but where now you're like building an internal foundation based on the wisdom, but something mutable. It has not been fired in the kiln, if it were, to make it a piece of solid pottery, right? Where it could crack, it could break. It's still in that mutable phase. And with the Star, is our first major arcana of three, we have got Pandora's box. You scared to open that box, so you're working on it, right? Pandora's box. I mean, look, the card of the Star sure is about wish fulfillment, wishing on a star, but it is also, to me, the highest spiritual vibrational card in the entire tarot, just merely by symbolic altitude, right? The planet Earth, the moon, the sun, the star, right? Right? It's how we find our way through, how we found our way through before we had compasses and maps and all of that stuff. Polaris, the North Star. At least you can find your way on a clear night. On a clear day, though, you can see forever. Jesus, Mark. But this also could be you shining your light at full capacity. Really could be. It could be, those lower three chakras that you are just glowing, or you're in a phase of that in your life, or your inspiration, your lower three chakra intuition, I would think would be very on point right now. But as you're building a foundation on the inner, you may not always trust that immediately. That might be the wisdom that you're sculpting, particularly with the Ten of Swords in the past. You might be like, well, I don't know, let's try it this way, right? But pay attention in the present. The lower three chakras, relationships in the physical world, each one has its own intuitive voice that you kind of have to learn the language of. Like, the first chakra is just like fight or flight. Get me the fuck out of here. Oh, that feels so good. And lots in between, by the way. Those are the two extremes. Second chakra is attraction or repulsion. High or right? Pay attention to that. That's energy. That's not judgment. Down here, that's not judgment. Up here, that's judgment. And solar plexus, if you feel it go, you're about to violate your honor code. You're about to violate a boundary, right? Pay attention to those, because you're creating a foundation. You already have a solid foundation inside of you now of wisdom. And if it's wisdom of the heart, that's love in a stable way, but still on its journey in evolution, because where we're headed, which one do you want to do first? They often pair themselves together. Let's just say you've got the wise one, the crone. We've got the wise one, the crone on the inner heart, third eye crown, and we've got the hangman, often called a Pisces card, lower three chakras. Now, let's be clear. Let's start with the hangman. This is Prometheus bound. He stole fire from the gods, gave it to humankind so they would no longer be as dependent on the gods. It didn't go so well for him because the Olympians didn't like it. He's a Titan. He's one of the nice ones, I guess. I like the Titans, most of them, especially the new Titans and the Teen Titans. Go, Raven, go. Oh, Donna Troy. Oh, Connor Leslie, best Donna Troy ever, only Donna Troy ever. They hung him upside down from a rock in Tartarus, having his immortal liver pecked out every day, and the thing would come back and snack a little bit more, a little Promethean snack, as it were. A card of sacrifice. He sacrifices freedom so humanity could be just a little bit more liberated. Probably the more knowable or memorable, I would say memorable one, Odin plucks out an eye, hangs out upside down from the world tree, Yggdrasil gives the eye to the Norns for the runes and other cash and prizes, right? He gets a lot out of the deal. It was very, very wisely, but he's got that cool eye patch out of the deal too, I guess. So there is a surrender. There is a release here, and there is seeing things differently, but as a result of the wise one, the crone on the inside, all of that wisdom that we've built really comes to fore. Now, this is not the virgin. All right, this is not the hermit. This is about going deeper in and higher up, lining up these chakras, because you have the wisdom. You can stand on your own, you can feel on your own, you can think on your own, right? But you're tapped into your spirit, your soul, your higher power, whatever you want to call that, as a result of a surrender. Now, does that, a sacrifice and surrender, the original meaning of sacrifice is to make something sacred. That's why the things that they offered were called sacrifices, right? So, there might be something very holy, H-O-L-Y, but I like putting a W in front of it, so it's holy, right? Something of unity, something of spirit, something of true love, so that, you got the star here to kind of guide you to this, but, you got to get, all right, we're molding the clay, it ain't cookies, it's still cookie dough, right? You're not quite there, we're getting there. But what is the surrender about? We don't know. It's in the future, but this could be anything. This could be absolutely anything. And certainly, with the result of Ten of Swords, a culmination of the mind in the physical world in the past, leading to maybe really seeing this differently. And as a result, being liberated. I mean, it's a great card to have. And I do believe often called the Pisces card. So let's look at our last card down. From Lucy Cavendish's Blessed Be, a Celtic deck, but I consecrated it to empowered, whatever we want to call it, tuned it to the pantheons of all pantheons from all traditions, lineages, and cultures. So it's more unity-based, but the prayers are gorgeous. They really are, and the artwork is fantastic. Let's see if we get the Liam Neeson card. Ready? Hey, I try and keep these light, right? Why not? True love conquers all. True love heals all wounds. True love breaks all curses, even ancestral ones, going back to cavemen, apparently. So think about what that would do to planet Earth, anchoring that vibration of truth and love as one thing into the Earth's electromagnetic field. It would make this world better. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheons override. As I call to the pantheons of all, the pantheon of all pantheons, a delegation, please, from all traditions, lineages, and cultures. What is the blessing here for the Pisces collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and the cross watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading? A blessing to help us navigate the true love timeline in the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest, and apparently wisest ways. Earth. Wise one. Past, present, future. So what is the hidden blessing? And if it's a sad one, it's a sad one. And if it's what we want, it's what we want. But help us remember it's all one. That relationships, we are the deciding factor for who we want to be, what we want to bring to, and what we want to sometimes walk away from in the true love timeline. So what's the hidden blessing for the Pisces collective and our cross watchers in this timeless true love timeline read? A blessing on your health. A blessing on your health. Now, a healthy relationship, how many of those you had? Not just because you're Pisces, I mean across the fucking board, right? Relationships are the means through which we evolve into healthier relationships, you know? It's a lesson. Every day is a winding road. We get a little bit closer. Wisdom of the Crow. The Cheryl Crow. All right. Now, by the way, I love her. She's hanging out in a lovely little dress, you know, a red skirt with a dragon, right? Holding a chalice. I guess they're having jinky poos. I'm into it. Yeah, okay. I've drank with some dragons before. That's for damn sure. Shall we? Card number 9. I'm going to read it for realsies. At the end of the blessing is the end of the reading, but then we're going to talk about the readings and Patreon. And I usually release the collectives by being goofy. More dolphin than shark. And this is not a womp womp read. Although that Ten of Swords I bet wasn't fun. Just have a feeling. I have a feeling this Hanged Man, though, could also be like releasing a lot of stuff you don't need anymore in a good way. Relief. Yeah. Ready? Let's do this. Please take a nice deep breath. Last time. For this reading. Still point. Pantheons, please transmit. Use me. Here we go. Card number 9. A blessing on your health. Don't need this. A blessing to inspire the blossoming of great, good health within your life. In other words, not just within your body, within your life. May you, friend, be blessed with a rising of your own personal vitality. May life force flow into every cell of your body, inhabiting each fully with the desire for life and the yearning for the full feeling of all that is here for us to experience. May the cells in the blood sing their song with joy at being here. And may your bones be strong and whole, densely knitted in the joints to keep us upright, ever moving into the next step. A dance of love for the feeling of the world. May the muscles take shape and move with your form, and may there be flexibility and the great gift of movement for you. May your organs do their holy work, and may the health of the mind, curious yet peaceful, awakened yet rested, be yours. May the energy that belongs to the hail be yours, and may your every footstep bring a little more vitality, a little more joy and movement, a little more of a blessing to simply be here and in such good health. May we know the peace within the temple of the body, and may a revival of energy be ours, like that of spring after winter. So we have a spirit shining with good health, the energy all about us radiant, an auric field filled with wellness, a field of energy we can drink from and renew ourselves each day and night of this lifetime. May the blessings of good health and joy in our body be ours. And should it be challenged, may we rise and meet that challenge with courage and security in the wisdom of our blood and bones, flesh and energy field. And may all that brings us back to wellness come to us again and again and again. For the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So mote it be. And so it is. That's a good one. It does make sense. It does make sense. We got appraisal of a Ten of Swords in the past. It could be the ending of a chapter. Where we are now, we're building, we're sculpting, we're moving, and we've got great hope, great wishes, and really lower 3 chakra intuition, inspiration, guidance, grace, and all of that, leading us to some kind of surrender on the outer, seeing things differently. But this does not feel like a horrible thing, particularly with the wise one. We're going to do it wisely, well, and in the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest, wisest way we can, with a blessing on our health as we go. And of course, that's going to bring more health to the planet, and healthy relationships in any way, shape, or form are a golden treasure. And a lot of them have some lead in it, but that's the alchemy for you. So what a really cool read. If you liked it, if you found it helpful, if it gave you a little ray of hope, hit the thumbs up, help the other Pisces and the cross watchers get a taste of that, yeah? And if you want more of me here on YouTube, please subscribe if you feel to do so, because it allows me to tell people about Patreon, honestly. Hey! Just Fonzie does. I love Patreon. Coolest thing I've ever done. I'm not kidding. We got a lot of Pisces over there too. I say it every time because it's the truth, right? Fish of a feather, whatever. Oh, that sort of rhymed, didn't it? Seeker, humans, hero, angel, witches, mortals, mystics, gods, goddesses, all of them get the daily check-ins, the extended readings, and a significant discount on private sessions with me. And yeah, we probably are going to add more 7-day trials. Maybe all of the levels will someday have those, but we're taking it slow. We just did our first one, no need to rush. But as a seeker, you can check it out for 7 days, leave the last day if you want, or, keep it going, get billed, and stick with me for another month. You can always change your level of subscription at any time. So come play on Patreon, because it's really cool. And booking private sessions with Mal is a new video. Replaced booking a reading with Mal, because 25 years of Drawing the Circle Productions, I finally raised my prices for the first time in 25 years. So there's a video explaining all of that, and that I never have turned anybody away because of money or lack thereof or whatever. We always work something out, and I talk about it in the video. By the way, all of the information, if you want to see it, is on my website, Drawing the Circle Productions. Very easy to remember, all one word, Drawing the Circle Productions. drawingthecircle.com, that's what it is. Sorry, no productions on that. It's a lot of links to remember. But the video is there, and I love it. It's a fun video. I can't believe I got all of it done in the amount of time. I think it's about 11 minutes or something. It's cool. Yeah, so click the link. It's in the description box. I'll be glad to read you. I've been doing relationship-based reads for a very long time. I started reading tarot when I'm 12. Gonna be 55 this year. Yeah, I know I don't look at things. Howdy, neighbor. There, I gave you both at once. You happy? I love you, my fishies. So seriously, wishing you the very best and the very, very blessed of this true love timeline, because whatever this complexity was, it's over. You understand it now, and there is great hope, and there is guidance, and there is grace, and that you can do it in a healthy way is worth whatever we had to go through to get there. Yeah. So, wishing you the very best and the very blessed, my beloved mer people, my fishy family. Swim, dive, surf, and ride the true love timeline for the best of your ability. Happy, healthy, wealthy, wise. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed of all of it. Heal, hail, let love conquer all, and blessed, blessed be.